It's The Drive on The Fan.
Hey, greetings, salutations, and good morning, sports fans. It is The Drive. Devin, Dixon, Paul, Ratliff, Atkin in the Finley Hyundai studio on a Tuesday, a summer Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yes, but not just any Tuesday. It is fireworks earlier than the 4th of July in the NBA. Trades were busy. They were bumping. They were hopping. We got Blockbuster to get to yesterday. We got the draft to get to tonight, and everybody locked in, ready to go. How we feeling, Paulie?
I'm feeling great, buddy.
Good.
Yeah.
TA, getting a good night's rest?
I did, yeah.
All right. We are here for the next 2 straight hours. We've got blank game coming up. Again, a lot on the NBA, a lot on the Utah Jazz today. We've got a reaction tomorrow and the rest of the week to who the Jazz will pick. They did have a phone interview, the Jazz brass, with A.J. DeBonza, Paulie. Does that... Darren Peterson, excuse me. We know they want DeBonza, but they did at least have a conversation with Peterson. Does that speak anything to you since seeing the news?
Yeah, I think Peterson's kind of coming to grips that he's probably not going to be number one, so it's time to meet with some of the other teams. I think he was set on just meeting with the Wizards. His camp was telling him that was the best advice and way to handle things, but I think now he's seeing the light. He knows he's not going to go number one. So I think he's meeting with the Jazz, who are eventually going to pick him tonight, I think.
Yeah, lots on that today. But we start first with what's going on around the water cooler, brought to you by our friends at Coral Canyon Golf Course. Get out and play for just $80 this summer. 18 holes with lunch, with a drink, with range balls, with the cart rental. Just $80. Call for tee times at Coral Canyon Golf Course. It's fantastic. The Giannis blockbuster. I want to get to that. I want to touch on the college baseball title from last night and a lot of goals scored in the World Cup. Some of the pressing stories. Let's start with Giannis here. The Bucks finally give way. They've said for years he's not on the table. We're not moving him. We're not moving him. But they finally, after, was it a 13, 14-year run in Milwaukee, including a title, the Bucks have sent Giannis Antetokounmpo down to the Miami Heat in exchange for Tyler Hero and a bunch of guys, including some picks. A massive haul here for Milwaukee for Giannis.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big deal. Huge trade in the NBA world. Sent shockwaves across all the social media networks yesterday. I think everyone was wondering if it was going to be the Celtics or the Heat who had the better package. I heard Jaylen Brown was part of the package for the Celtics, but at the end of the day, the Tyler Hero, Ware, Jaquez, and a bunch of picks get it done for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And he has probably dropped off a little bit from being, I think a few years ago, thought of as a top, 3 player in the NBA. I think he's probably a top 6 to 7 player in the NBA right now. And that, the Heat are always pushing in. Pat Riley, he's an aggressive manager of talent. He likes to go after it. Got the Bosh, Wade, LeBron team, assembled. So he's no stranger to making big moves. And this is another big move for Pat Riley and a long list of them. So, I think that the package for a player as good as Giannis, who is an all-NBA guy, just averaged 27.6, 9.8 rebounds, 5.4 assists, while shooting 62.4% from the field. He is 31 years old. He was born in 94. I feel like the Heat won this trade. They get a superstar to kind of navigate through this era post Jimmy Butler, post Dwayne Wade, post LeBron James, and I feel like it's the first megastar Miami's had in a while.
Yeah, and I think Milwaukee slightly wins this deal because the Bucks had to face reality. The run with Giannis was coming to a close. That is tough to do. A lot of times you can overpay, overspend, overstay your welcome, and they get a massive haul in return. And now
who's the haul though?
Tyler Hero.
He's fine.
Tyler Hero. Who's left in Miami?
Hero
Bam
is a 20.5 point per game score.
Okay.
He's a shooter.
Yeah.
Who else? Where? He's fine.
He's fine. Hawkes is a role player.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like
but I think it's the multiple first picks. They get the 13th in this draft.
Yeah.
It's a really good draft, so we don't know who that player will be.
That's right.
Then you also get some future first-round draft picks, which you can...
Unprotected first-rounders in 2031 and 33, along with the 13th pick, a pick swap in 2030, and a 2033 second-rounder.
This is a big deal, Paulie. You're acting like this is no big deal.
I just feel like the Heat kind of got one over on the Bucks.
Okay,
they should have gotten more for Giannis.
Well, maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the case.
Yeah.
I don't know what those... The deal cannot be finalized until July 6th.
I just think that the Celtics' main part of their package was Jaylen Brown. Is he better than Tyler Hero? Probably. I would say Jaylen Brown's a better basketball player at this stage of the game than Tyler Hero.
But what about the picks? You don't know what the differences were.
Yeah, I don't know what
you don't know what the differences were.
I'm just talking about the headliner of the package, Hero or Brown. I feel like Brown is the better player.
Yeah, the headliner, but you're forgetting
all the picks. I understand.
I mean, the 13th
there's a lot you can do with the picks.
You go get like a Yaxel.
Yeah.
At 13,
That's
if he's
right.
there, and now all of a sudden it's Hero, Yaxel, plus all these future first round.
Yeah.
So look, rather than lose Giannis for less later, they get a big haul. This is the biggest NBA trade since Luka. Okay, yeah. It's maybe not as big as the Luka deal, but it's right there. Okay, it's the second biggest deal we've seen, and the Eastern Conference kind of gets flipped upside down now.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, the Bucks are rebuilding draft capital. Miami, instant contender, you would think, with Giannis and Bam. That is the most intimidating defensive front court in basketball in the East. And now you have a superstar to build around, but you sacrifice a lot of your depth.
Yeah,
to do this.
The Bucks got 4 players in their 20s in the deal, so they definitely got the younger part of the deal. But you still get, in my opinion, a guy to push all in with Giannis, with the Heat. You got another. Anytime you add a player like Giannis, your championship aspirations elevate drastically. So I think that just looking at the live odds for next year's champion, I'm sure the Heat have gone way up since they acquired Giannis. I'm going to make a look here.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I was starting to say, you cannot finalize this deal till July 6th. So we still have a couple weeks. So there's a lot of people that believe this deal could evolve and change. So I'm not too set in stone because league sources have rumored that there's really strong interest in Tyler Hero, who is the final year of a $33 million contract. Now the Bucks could keep him, but they could also look to move him and continue the rebuild without him, which actually does validate your point even more at a glance. It looks like the Heat are the winners in this one. Yeah. If Hero does get moved, then I don't like it.
The Heat were 40-1 to win the title before the Giannis trade. Take a guess what they were.
Cut in half.
18-1.
Yeah.
So a little less than half.
No, I mean Giannis is no spring chicken anymore. He's 31.
Yeah. Let's wonder what Ravona Shelburne, who is an NBA analyst for ESPN, was on yesterday when the trade broke, and this was her reaction to who the winners and losers were in the deal and how this goes forward for both teams.
We say hello to Ramona Shelburne now. Let's just what is your reaction to this massive trade, Giannis to the Heat?
Look, there's a Pat Riley bobblehead right behind me, and he's pointing right at Giannis Antetokounmpo. Okay, and Pat Riley is the guy when he decides he's going to get a star, he doesn't miss often. Okay. He's missed a few times. They tried to get Kevin Durant a few times, but he has been focused on getting Giannis Antetokounmpo for years. This has been a guy that they've pursued several times. Milwaukee has not been willing to deal him at the deadline. I was actually down in Florida right after the Heat had conversations with Milwaukee trying to get him in February. And the Heat came away from those conversations feeling like Milwaukee just wasn't ready to deal him yet. This is the best player in their franchise history outside of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's a big emotional thing to trade somebody like Giannis. And so they felt like once Milwaukee was ready to trade them, they would be right there waiting. The only question was when. And clearly the time is now, but Pat Riley has been focused on getting another star. And if you know Heat culture, there's not many better to fit Heat culture than Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And Pat Riley, if you go back to his late April news conference, there was a very bold desire to add star power to this roster.
Yeah.
He said he was mad. He was disappointed. He was disgruntled, like everyone in the organization, because they're about one thing, and that's winning.
Yeah.
And he said, we're not good enough, and we're not happy with it. And he went out and did something about it.
He did.
And that's the Pat Riley way.
He's aggressive. Yeah, he's always been aggressive in pursuing top players, like Ramona was saying, and he normally doesn't miss. Like Kevin Durant, I guess they flirted with him a few times, but normally Jimmy Butler, Dwayne Wade, LeBron, or Chris Bosh, LeBron James, like every big name free agent or trade that's been pursued, Pat Riley normally is the closer. He normally finds a way to get the deal done. So another deal in a long list of deals that he's orchestrated.
And look at the trajectory for Giannis. He was selected by the Bucks in the 2013 draft at the 15th pick.
Mm-hmm.
It took him 4 seasons, but by then he had developed into an all-star. 2 years after that, Mike Budenholzer kind of took him to new heights, and he was the perennial MVP candidate and considered one of the best players in the league. But the last couple years, I mean, they had the run in 2021. That was kind of the icing on the cake, the top of the charts moment for Giannis's career. Bucks hadn't won a title in a long time. Then he kind of got hurt, and he's been kind of in the rumor mill ever since.
Yeah.
And look, he's always said he would stay a Buck forever, but that has changed.
Yeah.
And he would always say, "Why would I want to leave? Why would I want to leave this town, this city, these fans?" He'd always stuck to his guns, but this season changed things, and people do get, I don't want to say commonplace, but they kind of wonder if the grass is greener on the other side. And I think Giannis finally wanted to see what it would be like to play for another organization, and I think he really opened his eyes to it this year, where he had stuck to his guns forever.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, the end of the season, there was contention because they wanted Giannis to sit down for the last, dozen or so games, and he refused. He didn't want to do that. He tried to come back from an injury, and he did not actually end up playing another game. He missed the final 15 of the regular season, but he maintained throughout that whole process, I'm healthy enough to play, and I'm ready to go back to the court and get back into the action. And that disagreement actually led the NBA into an investigation with both parties disputing the other one's claims. There was no discipline for tanking handed down from the league, though, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So who was telling the truth, who was lying, I don't know. But they had that little standoff at the end of the regular season, and that kind of is when the rumor mill really started to heat up on Giannis's talks.
Yeah.
Giannis in Miami. Southtown, here he comes, the Greek Freak. I mean, holy smoke. Legendary run in Milwaukee. That city should still love him. What has the reaction been from Milwaukee fans? Probably still trying to soak it in a little bit. This is pretty fresh, breaking last night.
Yeah. Probably just kind of disappointed that they're hitting the reset button, because anytime you trade a superstar like that, that just means that you're beginning the rebuild. 4 players in their 20s. You also move Bobby Portis in the deal as well.
Productive in his own right.
Pretty decent player. So, yeah, it's a full reset for the Bucks, and they are starting over from scratch.
It will be interesting to see what continues to evolve. Is this deal, will they keep Hero, extend him? Will they move him to a third team? We'll have to wait and see. There's a lot of interest in that regard. The other trade that kind of flew under the radar compared to the Giannis trade last night was Julius Randle gets traded to Brooklyn. So the Nets get Julius Randle and the 28th pick. The Bulls will get Nick Claxton, and the Timber Pups will get Mo Gairie and the 33 pick in this 3-team deal.
Yeah.
Feels like a salary dump to me for the Timberwolves.
Pretty much. I mean, they were rolling with the Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid, and Julius Randle lineup for a long time. A lot of guys that do a lot of the same stuff. So I figure they're just trying to offload the least valuable of those pieces, and that's Julius Randle in the Timberwolves' eyes. So I think this is a decent deal for them too. Trying to go further. They made the playoffs the last 4 or 5 years with Anthony Edwards, and it just seems that they can't get past that ceiling.
And
so
that's
they're
why
trying to change things up.
They wanted more financial flexibility, and they get it without Julius Randle. But it makes you wonder if they're going to reshape the roster and another move is coming around Ant-Man. I feel like this is a move that sets up another move.
Yeah, it could be.
Claxton goes to the Bulls.
Yeah.
Decent, young, athletic guy in the middle. Not a league-changing deal, but I think Brooklyn does get better overnight.
Yeah, I would think so.
They get a veteran that they can.
Julius Randle's no slouch.
No, you can plug him in with some of those young guys. He gives you a presence in the locker room.
21 points a game last year, so he definitely can still play.
And then the other thing we saw in the association is we're now draft day today, so everybody, making moves. The other one that was significant, and Jazz fans probably saw this, Trae Young re-signs with Washington.
Yeah.
There was a lot of rumors that they were maybe not going to extend him out. A lot of people thought maybe they would just do a 3-year deal. They give him 4 years, $212 million. The interesting thing on the number is that's exactly what other teams can max out and pay Trae Young. So they get a little bit of a discount because, of course, Wizards could have paid him the most and super maxed him. But instead, they must have had enough interest out there. We'll give you what anybody else could give you. So they get a little bit more of a team-friendly deal there.
Yeah.
I mean, Atlanta was better after they shipped Trae Young out last year. That's been well documented. I think they went 28 and 13 after Trae Young.
Yeah, Trae Young had a little down spot in his career with Atlanta last year. He only played 5 games for the Wizards last year as well. He kind of was hurt most of the year. But he did opt out, and there was interest in him when he was a free agent. I mean, other teams were trying to solicit his services. I know he wasn't really a hot commodity when Atlanta moved him last year. A lot of people said that the Wizards were the only team really reaching out to acquire him. But he's had a little glow up now with the Wizards. He played 5 games. He's healthy now, so maybe he can his value is a little higher. So the Wizards did pay, and they might have overpaid. 26-27, he's making 47.3, 27-28, 51.1, 28-29, 54.9. And the 4th year of the deal is a player option, $58.7 million, roughly 9.7 less than he could have gotten in a 4-year max deal. So they did get a little bit of a hometown discount, but not a ton. So I guess the Wizards are married to Trae Young for the foreseeable future. A lot of Wizards fans crushing this deal. They're comparing it to the 5-year, $251 million deal for Bradley Beal, who after he got that deal never really played all that much for the Wizards and then was ultimately traded. So hopefully this Trae Young deal goes a little better. But a lot of people saying it's another bad contract handed out by the Wizards.
Yeah, I mean, this does give them some direction, though, right? At least we know
they got their lead guard.
We know who they're now. A lot of people thought maybe you give a shorter term, maybe you move him at the deadline. A lot of people think he could be movable later if this does not go well. But I don't think you can instantly say that was the thought process after you give him $212 million. You were trying to make a run building around Trae Young, which tells me that A.J. DeBonza is definitely back in play in a big, big way at the number 1 pick if it ever left the Wizards' hands. We've seen all the smoke screens and all the talk about Peterson and the stuff coming out of Peterson's camp, but now this looks a lot more likely that it is, like I've said from day one, it's A.J. DeBonza, and you're crazy if you don't take him.
Yeah, David Aldridge was on a DC radio station talking about the Trae Young extension. It's a bit of an overpay, but when you're the Wizards, you cannot get in a bidding war with anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. You can't let players you want to be part of things get out of the market. Wizards, most notably known as the 2nd least likely outcome for the players in the players poll, only behind Memphis. Utah was ahead of Washington, D.C. as far as the players' likelihood to want to play in that market. So Trae Young is kind of resetting that. He's the first superstar to really own up and take in Washington since Gilbert Arenas. So, but what does this mean for Peterson? I think this probably takes him off the board for the Wizards.
Unless it's like we thought all along, Ryan Smith makes a call today to Danny Ainge and says, do what you got to do. And Jazz fans would love that, but I don't know if Danny Ainge would do that. Now, remember, Danny Ainge had the number 1 pick, and he moved down to number 3, and he got Tatum. And then, you know who went number 1 in that draft? Markelle Fultz.
Oh, okay. Yeah, from Washington.
So Danny Ainge has pulled off a little mastermind move once upon a blue moon when he was back in Boston. You now have D'Angelo Russell and Alex Sarr and Cam Whitmore and Unibrow and Trae Young and is Koulibaly. Koulibaly, he's a nice player there in Washington. So
they got a few pieces.
Trey Johnson.
Yeah, the Texas sharpshooter. They got
Keyshawn George is a bench guy.
Yeah, pretty good player. Bub Carrington. They got some good players, but it's been a disaster for the Wizards, much like the Jazz since they traded Rudy and Donovan. So I think both teams looking at tonight as a way to get out of the dark depths of struggling and tanking and being awful and not winning games and not selling out your building and all that stuff. I mean, I think today begins the new era for Jazz basketball, as well as the Wizards. But the Jazz with the number 2 pick and such a talent-laden draft, they got to hit tonight. It's paramount.
The other big story today is the Stars and the Legends did it again in the World Cup yesterday.
Yeah.
This has been a weekly occurrence for now 2 straight weeks of stage play where Messi brace, 2 goals again. Argentina wins 2-0. He actually missed a PK, which he's now 4 of 7 on PKs in World Cup play. He doesn't normally miss. He was 4 out of 6 before he missed, or he could have had his second hattie in a row at 39 years old. I think today, in fact, is his 39th birthday, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
Or is he 40 today? I'm trying to remember what number it is.
I think he's still in his 30s.
I think he goes 38 to 39. That's my recollection as well. And then you had Holland.
He turns 39 tomorrow, June 24th.
I knew it was sometime during World Cup play. I couldn't remember. I was thinking it was today or tomorrow. Thank you. But then Holland scores 2 goals and Mbappe scores 2 goals. So we are heading for the greatest Golden Boot race that we have ever seen after 2 games. I haven't watched World Cup for years and years and years, but Messi has now a record. We also had, with the rain delay, the longest World Cup ever played yesterday. What was that, in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that game got delayed for a lengthy amount of time there late in the first half.
Yeah.
And before they resumed play, they had to actually bump the other game, the Norway start, over to FS1. Just craziness in the World Cup yesterday. This World Cup has absolutely been fascinating. To the point where, we've been talking about it since day one, and obviously there's excitement for the USA.
Yeah.
But man, I was listening to Colin Cowherd yesterday rant and rave about the World Cup and how much of a fan he's become of soccer, and that was a good. I listened to a good 15-minute segment with the guest analysts, and I felt like the national media, let alone the local media, is enthralled by the World Cup this year. So that was another brilliant performance by not 1, not 2, but 3 stars in the World Cup. Messi, Holland, Mbappe all go off for braces, and Messi still clinging to a 1-goal lead total over Mbappe and Holland. But Harry Kane had 2 goals.
Yeah.
England plays
Harry
today.
Kane. I like Harry.
And so we'll see what he can do. He's still very much alive in that Golden Boot race as well. Am I overstating that, saying this is the best Golden Boot race we've ever seen?
I think at least the recency effect would tell you that.
I don't even remember all the past World Cups. I didn't. I watched as a casual fan. I've watched closer than ever before, and it just feels like that's stating the obvious.
Yeah.
So, the College Baseball World Series, finish up with that around the water cooler. Terry, you had eyes on this. I turned it on when North Carolina was making a little run in I think it was the 7th inning. But they were down big. But
the pitching was really bad for UNC yesterday.
Ran out of gas.
Yeah. And they brought in, is it Gruby?
Oh, the guy that came in out of the bullpen the other day was sensational. Pitched five. Glauber.
It's Glauber.
Yeah, so they brought him back in, and very first pitch on the mound.
Served it.
Clock violation.
Oh.
Pitch clock violation.
I see. I didn't see that portion of the game.
It's just, they were hitting off him like crazy. So I think he only lasted that one inning, and then they took him out.
Yeah,
so it was kind of bad, and he was their clutch guy. So the
looks
bullpen
like they
was just bad.
used 8 pitchers yesterday.
Yeah,
it was quite the rotating door of pitchers coming in.
Yeah,
and they only amassed, it looks like, they had 10 hits, but they just couldn't get the timely hits, I guess, huh?
Right. Yeah, it wasn't good. Leaving a lot of people on the pond and just not looking great.
So a unbelievable run.
Yeah.
For the Boomer Sooners.
Yes.
Yep.
And they are your college baseball champs. It was a fun college baseball World Series.
I loved it.
You enjoyed it. You had your school in there that you halfway attended classes and went to.
That's right.
So you were all over it.
Yeah, I was all in.
First time I'd ever heard.
I did check out immediately after they lost. That was just kind of the way I handled that to get through the pain.
Yeah.
That's right. Didn't watch another minute of college baseball after my boys were gone.
And you didn't watch a single minute until they were in it either. So
I started in the Big 12 tournament before postseason play. Well, that is postseason play, but
yeah.
But I did start before Omaha. I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yes.
It's incredible. So those are some of your big stories while you were sleeping last night. OU completes that unbelievable run, and they win the title last night. Really impressive run for Oklahoma. The Sooners won their first championship since 1994.
No.
13-2 was the final. North Carolina's there all the time. They're an elite program.
Yeah.
But
I heard it was their 17th trip to Omaha.
Yeah, but they can't win it.
They can't win.
They can't win it.
Yeah, they can't win. They get there all the time. The bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yep.
A lot of people can't get over the team that won it all, not because of the talent. There are plenty of MLB caliber players on the OU roster because of the path. They lost 7 of their final 10 games. They got bounced after one game in the SEC tournament and faced elimination 3 times in the regional and survived.
Yeah, just supernova heater they were on. No other way to describe it. 13 runs against a staff and a team as good as North Carolina in an elimination game. That's playing heavy stakes and coming out on the right side.
Yeah, love it. Love it. All right, we got to take a break. One other thing that maybe we'll get into a little bit later in the show, but worth mentioning as we're hitting around the water cooler is Linda Cohen from ESPN, longstanding 34-year run on SportsCenter. Her last day will be Friday.
Wow.
So we get a local sports legend. Its last day was this Father's Day, back on Sunday. 2 days ago, Wesley Ruff from ABC Channel 4. We had him on the show last week. And now a national host in Linda Cohen is calling it a career. We got to take the break. We're back in a flash. It's The Drive.
Welcome back to The Drive on The Fan.
Welcome back, everybody. Glad you're with us. Show today brought to you by Game Day Men's Health, where you can get the lowest price on testosterone, around $50 a week, when you go get your free T-test. If you decide to get on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, just $50 a week. What is that? $200 a month? 4-week month. And you'll have more energy, more clarity. If you've been feeling like something's off, you've been having trouble getting into your workouts, if your libido is dropped, these are all signs of low T. If you're over 40, 45, 50, you definitely, if you've never had your T tested, you want to take 15 minutes, because that's all it takes to stop on by Game Day Men's Health. Make an appointment and get your free T test with your results back in 15 minutes. While you're there, you can do a body scan, see what your percentage of body fat is. Can accelerate weight loss as well. Game Day Men's Health standing by. As soon as the gals get in the office, if you want to shoot them a text right now and say you heard it on the Fan Sports Network, they will get you in for your free T-test so you can reclaim your game. 435-265-4223. Call or text 435-265-4223. Show also today brought to you by the Rev Golf Tour. And, of course, Tara and I have been playing the Summer League. We are off to Coral Canyon. This is week 3 of the Summer League. Still time to join. You did miss the first 2 weeks where we played Red Hills and the Ledges. They're off to Coral Canyon. They got trips to Copper Rock, Conestoga, Wolf Creek, Coral Canyon this week. So go to therevstg.com if you want to check out the brand new golf league. Get in for the summer. Give yourself a reason to play every week. Meet some new people. Live leaderboard. Optional skins games. Lots of fun. Therevstg.com. If you use FAN50, you'll get $50 off signups. That is FAN50 in the promo code box at checkout to save $50. A $299 annual membership gets you a spring, a summer, and a fall golf league. Access to 24 tournaments, the leaderboard, the player profile, your own Rev Index, which calculates your average scoring. Lots of cool features. They're now in over 40 markets and growing quickly. TheRevSTG.com. Real competition, real progression, real status, and real stakes, too. We've got... Today is the day that AJ DeBonza will finally hear his name called. And on this show, we have widely contested he is the surefire number 1 pick. And after the Trae Young signing last night, it looks like Washington has their point guard. So you would think that they would look at DeBonza over Peterson. And look, DeBonza has had to live with the hype for years, all of his teenage years, labeled as, the future number 1 pick, a star in the making, a can't-miss NBA draft prospect. And now all of a sudden, you're a 19-year-old, and this day has finally come. Going to be probably a lot of emotions in the green room for A.J. DeBonza, his dad, his mom, and his inner family that will be there, his age, and all of the people that will be with him at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn tonight. He's going to get some ruckus applause and fanfare. And then he'll put on that new hat of that new team. And Jazz fans are still somewhat optimistic or hopeful that maybe they can figure out a way to get him at number 2. Or, like I've said all along, you're probably going to have to trade up if you absolutely 100% want A.J. DeBonza, because I think Washington will take him if there's no trade made pre-selection. He's got confidence. He's been doing the podcasts.
Yeah.
Best player in a loaded draft class. Unbelievable prep career. Led the nation in scoring. Shot 51% in 1 hour at BYU. A lot of expectations. Sure, there's a lot of pressure, but AJ has been dealing with that his whole year. That's why I feel like he's really been groomed to be A-OK and the number 1 pick in the draft tonight.
Yeah, I think he will be the number 1 pick in the draft tonight. Everyone's trying to find something to poke holes in him, though. This is the time and right before the draft where everyone's trying to find
I don't
something.
think they'll find much.
There's not much to find, but, Yahoo Sports has tweeted out, or not tweeted out, but put out an article here. This is by Shane Asadera. And Jesse Daugherty from the Washington Post talked to him as well. But Ace DeBonza, the story behind Ace is pretty interesting. He's been handling AJ's business ventures for really since he started playing basketball. He's a campus cop at UMass for his job for 37 years, but he said, I've been working for 37 years. I'm going to be fine, but he understands. I tell him what he doesn't want to hear. I told him, you don't want to hire yes men around you. People are going to kiss your A and bring nothing to the table. I will always help. Stay close to your boy. I'm not saying don't get an agent because agents are going to come after me for saying that. No, I'm saying that. I'm just saying stay close to your son. That's all, he concluded. So AJ's dad, Ace, is his agent. So he will not be paying agent fees, commissions to an agent. It's going to be all kept within the family, according to Ace. He wants to, quote, keep all the money within the family. So people are trying to point at Ace DeBonza as being a meddling parent. We've seen that in some players in the past. I remember specifically
the Ball family
with RG3 and the Redskins. His dad was in the locker room after games talking to the owner. Don't run my son that much. Let him throw more. Is Ace DeBonza something that NBA teams need to be worried about?
No, because he has his best interests at
You don't
heart.
think he'll ever say, play my son at the 3 instead of the 4. My son projects as a 3. He gets in the coaching staff's ear. He seems like a very active and involved parent. You don't hear much about Darren Peterson's dad. You see Ace DeBonza at every media availability, every interview. He's there. He's right by his side. Do you see him being a problem in the future at any point?
I don't know that it's a negative that he's involved. He knows his son as well as anybody. He's very versatile.
Yeah.
I mean, he has too much potential. When have the Wizards had a star the caliber of AJ DeBonza? Michael
Jordan.
Yeah. I mean, Chris Webber had a brief tenure in D.C. It's been a long time.
Yes.
He's dynamic. He could maybe make that town a little bit more of a basketball first town, which I don't think it is even close to right now in the D.C. area.
And there's a little cockiness on the side of Ace as well. I mean, he's a great handler and father figure to AJ, but he also referred to AJ as IBM. Do you know what that stands for?
IBM?
IBM. He referred to him as a brand, IBM, but it stands for International Black Man, is what Ace referred to AJ as.
Yeah,
like he's a business, like he's a company.
But that's the way that the world has evolved in the prep scene, the AU circuit, in college with the NIL deal.
And apparently his dad's negotiated deals with Red Bull, Nike, Fanatics. So he has leaned into being AJ's main handler agent. And we've seen this before, players that don't sign with an agency or an agent to try and save more money for the family. I know Alex Ovechkin lets his mom negotiate his deals. But this is, one hole that people are poking in AJ is maybe his family and his dad could be a little meddling, potentially. Just throwing it out there.
I just don't. It's not like he's a Sanders.
He's not a Sanders.
He's not that.
And he's not LeVar Ball.
Right.
You got to remember his son is he's still 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to remember, like, that's his little boy, and he's got his best interest at heart. Is he old school? Is he tough? Is he firm? Is he treating it like a business? All those things very may well be true.
And he is
but it's pretty smart. I bet you AJ DeBonza sometime down the road has a lot of money set aside in an account that he could pursue whatever he wants after his playing days are done. If he wants to buy a piece of a franchise, I bet he can do it. Like, I think the smart people in professional sports are set for life. And then you hear about the dumb people out there that fall off the wagon, get taken, get scammed, make bad investments, and they're broke.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, we got Money Mayweather getting
Yeah,
flagged for writing a bad check for
checks.
$200,000. You know how much money that guy has made in his pro career?
Over a billion. Yeah.
Over $1 billion. And yes, he's got assets and multiple houses and multiple cars. And while he could flip that stuff and probably be fine, he's going to fight again. He's going to fight again.
Yeah.
And he's a guy that's been very notorious for having an entourage and going out and living a lifestyle and having a good time. And eventually, all those people around you disappear. Ace Bailey is not going anywhere. He is with his son forever. They are family, and I absolutely think this is the right thing to do. Now, there does need to have some boundaries. Ace is going to grow up. He's going to become an adult. He's going to, turn 21. He's going to make his own decisions. And Ace is going to have come to grips terms with that. He's going to have to, realize that and back down eventually once AJ gets, in the league for a couple of seasons and be more of, supportive dad / agent than.
And I don't think he will be. I'm just saying I've heard this concerns from other people and other articles have been written about
It's different.
Ace.
He's
he's very involved. I'll just say he's
very involved. Yeah,
Yes.
when AJ came here to our Fan Sports Network studios last summer, Ace was right there with him.
Right there.
But it was actually fascinating to get to know Ace and see his demeanor and see how much he cared about his son. And
he's
how
had a scrap.
he's got to be so proud.
He's got to be super proud that AJ is going to make it. And he's an immigrant from the Congo, moved here, immigrated to the United States. Like I said, campus cop for a number of years, for 37 years, I believe. So he's worked hard his whole life, and now he's putting all of his time and interests into building AJ up to be everything he can be.
The Wizards have been futile for years.
Yes.
The Jazz have only been futile for a few years.
Okay.
And we're already getting impatient. The pressure that will be on AJ in the D.C. area, he's going to have to handle that.
Yeah.
It's not a... it's a major media market.
It is.
And are they obsessed with basketball? They live right in the middle of the ACC area. But,
yeah.
Tons of Skins fans.
It's not a huge pro hoops market. You got Georgetown, Maryland, UVA in the area, but really the Wizards have been dormant since the 70s. Wes Unseld, they had their time back in the 70s when they were the Bullets. So it's like the Wizards brand, since they moved to it, they have not been successful.
I'm telling you, AJ DeBonza will be the number one pick. I have not backed off that statement in months and months and months. And so if the Jazz want him, they're going to have to go take him away from the Wiz. They still hold all the keys. Despite all the smoke screens and all the talk, they still have the number one pick. And it's going to be interesting because the Jazz have kind of said, hey, we're sticking it too. They have not made any kind of, we're in, but come draft day, Brian Smith makes that call.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to take. A lot of BYU supporters, also Utah Jazz supporters. Going to be really interesting tonight. I'm going to be locked and loaded at the start of this draft on a Tuesday night. Not done talking draft. We'll go deeper into the first round. I wanted to also get into where Richie Saunders could maybe be taken, another guy that should be drafted and probably get a guaranteed contract with somebody, if not tonight, early tomorrow night in the NBA draft. We'll take the break. We're back in a flash.
Welcome back to The Drive on The Fan.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is The Drive, rounding out hour one. The Mammoth snuck into the news cycle the last 24 hours.
These boys.
They extended Coach Tourney to Tourney. Is it like knee, like your knee?
I don't say it anymore.
Yeah.
I just say Coach T.
Coach T.
That's right.
It's a tricky little last name.
It is a tricky last name.
He was on the podium yesterday after signing the contract extension, talking philosophy, and obviously when you get renewed, should be all smiles, and it looked like Coach T was all smiles, talking about his multi-year contract extension. He said, I feel really blessed. Thank the ownership, the management, the players. He said, coaching gigs in the NHL are anything but stable, but job security means a lot.
Yeah.
He did have 1 year remaining on his extension.
Yeah.
He's now, if you go back to his Arizona days, the fourth longest tenured coach in the NHL.
That's pretty impressive.
It is, actually.
And for an industry that just churns and burns coaches constantly, fires and hires, and for him to navigate through that dicey time in Phoenix into the Utah rebirth and how they've done so well, I think this was very just. I think this is the right move for the Mammoth. He obviously has good communication with the group, and they made a nice run this year, and I expect them to continue that next year. They also signed 2 assistants, and this was some of the one was inked to a multi-year extension, and the other is a brand new assistant. 2-time Cup champion Adam Foote joins the coaching staff, as well as assistant coach Blaine Forsyth, who was the power play kind of architect for kind of a struggling power play. A lot of Mammoth fans were wondering why they brought back Blaine Forsyth, but he is inked to another multi-year deal that runs the length of Coach T's. So keeping some continuity on the bench for the Mammoth.
Yep. Coaching, love, growth, kind of the philosophy. I think the players have said that they like playing for him and appreciate the way he coaches. He seems pretty vulnerable and honest.
Seems like a good dude. To
He
be
is
honest
a really
with you.
great guy.
Yeah. And so, management locking him up long term.
Yeah.
Also, you're going to get a lot of Delta Center updates.
Yeah.
As the construction is continuing to go on during the off season.
Yeah.
You also got the schedule of the preseason games that came out for the Mammoth. Is the regular season out yet?
No, it is not.
It was just a preseason schedule.
Preseason schedule. They've got at the Avs, at the Kings, at the Knights, and home, the very last preseason game to the Avs. That's when the Delta Center will officially reopen. Saturday, September 26th will be the first date that you can see the sparkling new Delta Center. And there's some videos, some kind of time lapses on Twitter that show how much work they've been doing in there. And it really looks like they're doing some amazing stuff. So I can't wait for one to see what they get done and when it's finished.
And less preseason games this year because they are cutting preseason games and adding 2 regular season games. So the season is going from 82 to 84 games. Mm-hmm. And so instead of playing 6 preseason, teams will play 4 to make room for the added regular season.
Yeah.
Usually play 6, 7, even 8. And that's been cut down. So they're only going to get 4 preseason games. At least that's all they have announced right now. So
I like that.
Kind of fun to see what's going on. It'll be interesting to get up to the Delta Center and see all the changes once it's all fully complete. You saw a taste of it last year in the offseason, and now phase 2, bunch more changes as they have tried to make it more hockey friendly, I guess the term.
Yeah, sight lines and such are better now and improving year by year. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Mammoth. I sure see a lot of Mammoth gear floating around.
Yeah, it's catching on.
Starting to see a lot more hats and T-shirts,
stickers on cars, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see those.
Oh, you don't? All right.
Not too many.
Okay.
I mean, in St. George, or are you talking about when you go up to a game?
Just on the freeway.
Even
and
in St.
stuff.
George.
I definitely see them on the freeway.
I see. Maybe it's just me, but I see a lot more night stickers than I do
more
see
night
Mammoth.
stickers in St. George.
And maybe that's just because there's more time on our side since they've been in Vegas a lot longer than Salt Lake City.
That's right.
Rounding out hour one, brought to you today by Prime IV. Prime IV can get you feeling great this summer, rejuvenate and re-energize you. Go to primeivstg.com to get scheduled and get in down there for their super powerful drips. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to The Drive on The Fan.
Yeah, hour 2 on a Tuesday. Thanks for logging us in, loading us up here on the Fan Sports Network. Always good to have you in for the drive of Devin, Paulie, Tara. Rocking our way through a second hour. Here we go. Rev it up. We've got a lot on the draft. We're going to do the blank game this hour.
Yeah.
Let's get you some of the headlines, though. If you're just jumping in your car heading from work, here's what's trending. Brought to you by Zag. Don't zig, just zag. To one of the 2 St. George or the Cedar City location to protect your phone better and get all the accessories, phone cases, and screen protectors from our friends at Zag.
I got the first headline. Brian has paid his debt and brought us all breakfast sandwiches. That's the number one headline today.
BY, thank you.
Yes, he deserves a shout out.
We invited BY in for our U.S. Open draft, and he kindly tanked. He kindly tanked.
Did.
Like the Utah Jazz every season for 4 straight.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go. Sneaky
I
headline.
wanted to get him a shout out there.
Yeah. The next headline, not quite as big as Paul's free breakfast, but we'll try to top it, is Giannis is now been traded as of last night to the Miami Heat machine. Pat Riley does it again, pulls off his blockbuster deal to bring Giannis and Bobby Portis to South Beach. Bucks will receive Tyler Hero. They get Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kel Wetter, Kasparis Jakasunius. I don't know how to say his last name. Jakasonis. And they get multiple first-round picks. I can say that part.
There you go. Yeah.
Miami become an instant contender with a superstar to build around. The Bucks, face reality, and rather than lose Giannis for less, they get a massive haul in return. Although, Paulie, you didn't think it was that big of a haul.
Yeah, it was an okay haul. I think that they could have gotten more of a bigger headline piece to the deal. But Tyler Hero's a fine player, and he's still young, so he can contribute for the Bucks for years to come. But I think the Heat won this deal.
Julius Randle traded to Brooklyn, so the Timber Pups ship him and the 28th pick to the Nets. Bulls will get Nick Claxton, and the Timberwolves get Mo Guiry and the 33rd pick, which will be tomorrow. Yeah. So Brooklyn gets an established 20-point scorer in Julius Randle. Trae Young, the other NBA headline, re-signs with Washington Wizards, give him 4 years, $212 million, which was the same amount that anybody else could have signed him for. So the Wizards said, hey, we're not going to give you the Supermax, but we'll give you what anybody else could.
That's right.
And we'll keep you around for 4 years. A lot of people have talked about maybe 3-year deal, but they do get the 4th year for Trae Young.
Pretty big for the Wizards. They obviously have faith in Trae Young. They seeked him out at the deadline last year, traded for him, played 5 games in an injury-riddled season. Now they've got him signed. He's paid. Hopefully he's happy and ready to roll.
World Cup. We go, Messi gets the record for now. I guess for now, right?
Yeah.
But holy cow, how good of a soccer day was it again yesterday? Messi now has 5 goals after a brace and a 2-0 win over Austria yesterday. He's scored all 5 of his country's goals this World Cup so far.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
He passed Germany's Miroslav Klose as the all-time World Cup scorer.
Interesting. Yeah, that was a fun game to watch. He got his second one in the 95th minute stoppage time, and it really looked as if he wasn't going to be the one to take the shot on that play. The ball bounced around a bunch of different, and it lands on his foot, and he puts it in the back of the net for his second one. So, yeah, he's the odds-on favorite for the Golden Boot Award right now at plus 250.
Where is Ronaldo? He has not shown up at all. I don't think he has a single goal yet.
I don't think so
He didn't.
either.
No, he only had 25 touches in his first game.
Right, yeah.
So he but they've been backing him. I've actually read some stories about a lot of people are saying he's washed up and not the same player, and his country continues to say, no, he's our guy. He's fine. He's healthy. He's good.
Stand by your man.
Don't they play today or tomorrow? When does Portugal
I
play?
think it's today.
I think it's today. So we'll see him in his second game trying to maybe get one into the back of the net. Mbappe for France scored 2 more goals in a rain-soaked 2-hour-plus weather delay in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I mean, Mbappe is 27 in prime shape, and Messi is 39 years old tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
This will be Messi's last World Cup, reportedly, is what I've heard. So I think the all-time goals record will soon be eclipsed by Mbappe.
Holland also leading Norway to a win 3-2 over Senegal. Really entertaining game yesterday.
Was.
And he is one of the best, if not the best, goal scorers in the world, too. This is his first ever World Cup. He's 25 years old. The Norway rowing chants have been epic on social media.
Yeah, there was one
They got
on
the drum line out yesterday, and one of the players was drumming, and then they were rowing. The whole team was rowing. The crowd was rowing. I mean, it's actually quite a cool scene when they get the Norwegians into your city for World Cup action.
Yeah, I saw this too. This is probably the best rowing one I've seen as of yet. Barstool Sports 22 hours ago, they had just a regular New York City subway, like, kind of tight, narrow quarters. And they were all rowing down the middle of the subway.
Yeah.
Like where
They've
people
been doing it up escalators, subways, in the stands. Players are doing it on the field. I mean, let's see your row. How much row power do you have?
Yeah.
Remember the movie Boys on the Boat?
Boys on the boat? No.
I don't think so.
The rowing team from the USA that was the B team that ended up winning the gold medal. You've never seen that movie? It's one of the greatest movies ever made.
Really?
Wow, you've never seen Boys on the Boat?
It's over my head.
I can't believe. There you go. There's a taste. TA, give me a little taste.
Yes.
You've never seen Boys on the Boat?
Looks like Tara, the movie historian over here, hasn't seen it
You
either.
should watch that movie. You should watch. It came out like 2 years ago.
Okay.
It's not been out that long, so I'll give you a pass because there's a lot
I don't
of movies.
see a lot of movies, but Tara does, and I'm surprised she's never seen it.
Probably one of the best movies I've went to a theater and ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow. Heavy praise.
I don't know if it didn't get the accolades it deserved, but I thought it was a fascinating movie. It was so well done.
All right.
And it's based on an accurate, true story.
Yeah.
So, absolutely highly. It's summertime, there's not as much sports to watch. As soon as the World Cup gets over, watch Boys on the Boat. You will not be disappointed.
All right. You got 4 games today in World Cup action. Portugal takes on Uzbekistan. England takes on Ghana, Panama, Croatia, and Colombia and the Congo, respectively, at 11 a.m. 2, 5, and 8 are your times for those 4 games.
There you go. Other headlines. If you missed it yesterday, the Dallas Mavericks have got their new head coach. They pluck Dusty May away from the Natty Championship Michigan
Broke right as we were
Wolverines.
closing out the show yesterday.
Yep.
Crazy.
Bold move for both parties. Dallas does present one of the best coaching opportunities in the NBA with Cooper Flagg as the franchise player. And May's collegiate files are there, right? He's done a heck of a job at Florida Atlantic, took them to 2 NCAA tournament appearances, and then
a Final Four.
Of course, 2 years at Michigan, including the national championship. He's 49. He's never coached in the NBA.
Getting his feet wet in the big league. That's pretty awesome.
Other headlines, Linda Cohen, ESPN SportsCenter anchor, retiring after a 34-year run on SportsCenter.
Big time. Yeah. I remember watching her getting up at 5:30, 6 o'clock Eastern time, running down the stairs for the morning SportsCenter, and Linda and Scott Van Pelt, Stuart Scott. Those were kind of the iconic ones. Chris Berman, yeah.
And 34 years. That's a great run.
Dan Patrick was on SportsCenter back then.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, there was an iconic. I feel like SportsCenter's just dropped off so much back from its glory days when I was younger. But
it has. I especially
you don't
miss
agree
Berman.
with that?
I miss Berman.
You like the current SportsCenter where they have like talking pictures for 30 minutes instead of highlights?
No comment. You're talking, not me. I don't have a comment.
No, you just paused, and I was wondering do you like the quality of the SportsCenter product?
I love sports, Paul.
I know, so do I.
I watch SportsCenter.
You watch SportsCenter, so do I. We watch it every day.
Yeah, I'm not critical of other people in the media most of the time.
Okay.
I don't know what you want them to do differently. Maybe you should send an email.
Show more highlights like they used to, instead of having this.
Like MTV, bring back the music videos.
Yes, it's the same thing with SportsCenter. Bring back the sports highlights.
The ones that you've seen an hour earlier on your phone.
You like this with the panel and one guy and
show
the
more
expert.
highlights that you've already seen 16 times on repeat on your phone on social media. That's what
I'd
you
rather
want.
that
Instead
than
of a breakdown with thought-provoking comments on a highlight you've already seen. That makes no sense.
Are the comments always thought provoking?
Not always.
Not always.
Sometimes, though, most of the time.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
most
people
of the
say
time.
that about our show every day. Yeah, Paul's good sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes he's just blowing smoke.
That's right. Sometimes I'm less than average. I can admit that.
Couple other headlines to get to. Brittany Griner now owns the WNBA record for blocks.
Okay.
Did you realize
Shout
that
out,
happened
Brittany.
last night?
Yeah.
Brittany has got her 878th SWAT last night. 878. That is the record.
Yeah. All right.
One more soccer headline. U.S. men's national star, Florian Balogun. How do you say his last name? It's just Balogun, right?
Balogun.
Balogun.
I think. Yeah. Florin Balogun.
Lauren Balogun does not want to rest against Turkey. A lot of people have been wondering what the United States will do now that they've already advanced to the knockout stage.
These are thoroughbreds. Let them run, baby. Let these horses run. They're
peacocks. You got to let them fly.
Yeah, let them be themselves. Let them play. Don't sit them. Keep
my
the momentum
goodness.
rolling.
Why risk injury and why not keep them fresh? The U.S. has never been
Rest
in this
versus rust
They've
type
never
thing.
been in this circumstance where they've
Yeah.
had the opportunity to really do this in recent memory. So it's a very hot debate right now.
And I've heard that the most likely matchup for the knockout stage is Bosnia. I mean, that's a favorable matchup for the U.S. in the knockout round.
I've been saying all along, if they could somehow find a way to get to the quarters, it would be an unbelievable World Cup.
Yeah.
I don't think they're good enough to win it, but I think they're good enough to get to the quarters.
Okay. And lose to a team like France, Spain, England, one of those, yeah.
Yeah, Netherlands, Norway. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some good teams.
There's just a lot of teams
Argentina.
that prioritize the sport more than we do in their
But we're
countries.
coming, baby.
Yeah, we're coming.
We're coming. That's why I said it would be a huge success if we could make the quarters.
That's right.
And we got some young guns, man. Freeman looked good.
Yeah.
If you'd have told us we'd be 2-0 and Pulisic wouldn't have a goal yet in the 2 games, I'd have been like, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
I'd
like he's
agree.
back in training, though.
Yeah, hopefully he won't play this next game coming up. What is it, on Friday?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey.
So
Yeah.
the first game today in World Cup play is what time? Is there 11 a.m.?
11,
11
yeah.
a.m. game.
Portugal and Uzbekistan.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. My other favorite thing about yesterday watching the soccer was the rain delay, not the actual delay.
Mbappe made it rain.
But having to hear Ibrahimovic, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Alexi Lawless, who was the other guy they had up there? Thierry Henry. They had to fill. And we know about filling in our industry. They had to fill for like an hour and a half. And they were clearly running out of content.
It's the worst.
It is hard. They had to just go over the Messi highlights in Argentina over and over. And like, the rain's coming to a stop here soon. Let's go back into the, it was.
I was reading a story the other day that a lot of people have not been impressed with the studio show
The
on
panel.
Fox.
Yeah.
This World Cup.
I feel like Landon Donovan's been pretty good.
Yeah.
He's been on a couple games as well. I've heard his voice.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of panels, at the World Championship game, the World Series game yesterday, I don't know if you saw the panel, but they had like their bucket hats on. They're freaking chewing seeds and like spitting seeds and stuff.
My kind of broadcast.
It was actually, it was so funny. I loved it.
Yeah. A little
They
Omaha
got like all
culture.
the seeds going, and it was pretty cool.
That's great.
Speaking of which, Oklahoma is our next headline. They
Yes.
are your college baseball World Series champions. They steamroll UNC.
Yeah.
Kind of whooped up on the Tar Heels. 13-2 the final score.
Yeah, I'm getting a final number here. They might have beat us on the field, but they didn't beat us in the bar. West Virginia wins the Rocco's Jello Shot Challenge. We'll take it.
We already knew that.
Well, we didn't know it. It wasn't final. The game went final, so there's no more shots to be bought.
What was the total final tally?
All right, let's get
Since you
the
have
total
been
final tally.
insisting on dragging this Jello shot challenge into the show for the last week and a half.
They raised $122,273 for local food banks and the university's food pantries. The final tally, 28,221 Jello shots for West Virginia. Closest competitor, how about the OU Sooners? 15,009.
And 9.
And 9.
That was a delayed and 9.
Yeah, I was just going to go 15, but
so
1509.
they donated $122,000 to charity. 50 cents went to local, 50 cents went to the school's pantry.
Yes.
So $1, and then 50 cents went to something else. And then Rocco's kept $3.50 out of every $5 Jello shot.
And I bet it costs like 20 cents to make these things. But it's a cult classic.
I want to see
Omaha.
their revenue report.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's still good. Anything you can do for charity, but
yeah. Hopefully they don't turn away McAfee when he's trying to write a $300,000 check next time. But
was it 300,000?
They turned him away. I thought they
said his check would bounce.
They didn't recognize him.
The GM, yeah, he talked about it on his show.
Shoot.
8:00 tonight on ESPN. That's when picks start during an event that has somehow flown under the radar, maybe because of the World Cup. But you're going to have bloggers, you're going to have live pick trackers, you're going to have best available player buttons on the bottom of your screen. It is the NBA draft, and the Jazz have one pick. At least right now.
Yes.
At number 2.
That's right. I think this is the draft I have most anticipated ever as an NBA watcher and consumer. I am loaded in on this draft. My favorite 2 teams draft 1-2. So it should be fun for me to watch, and we'll see how it plays out.
All right, those are your sports headlines here on a Tuesday on the Drive. We're going to do the blank game when we come back. Headlines brought to you by Prime IV. Check them out on Riverside Drive. Get in there, get rejuvenated and rehydrated. They have so many super powerful drips. Love the Champion. Myers Cocktail is great for allergies. Tara likes the Glow for her hair, her skin, her nails. They have one called the Skinny that's a weight loss component that helps you there. They have multiple super powerful drips. Check them out, PrimeIVSTG.com. Tell them the guys and the gals on the Fan Sports Network told you to stop on by. We'll be back in a flash. It's The Drive on a Tuesday morning. Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is a good summertime song.
Yeah.
Love this song. Jake Owen is actually an underrated country music
Yeah,
artist.
Barefoot Blue Jean Night. Isn't that one of his?
Yeah, he sings that song too.
Yeah.
That's not this song, but he does
He
sing
does
that.
sing that song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a couple bangers. Didn't he come to St. George one year?
I don't know.
I thought he did. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, let's get into fill in the blank here as I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions ready to fire. All right, let's start locally here as far as up to Provo, where one of BYU's top prospects presumably going number 1 tonight. But how about the other guy, kind of a forgotten man in the shuffle after his injury last year? Richie Saunders is draft eligible, and he will be a great fit for blank.
A playoff team that needs a high basketball IQ player that can shoot the rock. Spurs shot a lot of threes.
Yeah.
You saw the Sacramento Kings could be a team. Denver Nuggets, Oklahoma City Thunder, even the Boston Celtics. He could be a classic Celtics bench wing who can shoot and defend and knows his role. So, I would think my top 3 are Nuggets, Thunder, and Celtics. Give me a team that's got some stars where he can come and fulfill a role and give you some instant offense and a role player. I think he's a mid to late first round, early second round pick. His stock seems to be
I don't
stable.
think first round's in the question.
I don't know.
I'd be very, very surprised coming off the injury that he goes in the first round.
Yeah. I mean, the big 100 boards are out. And,
what's he got?
And Richie is listed at number. Let's see, Richie. Where is Richie? 26 overall.
Wow. Okay.
He's
Getting a lot of respect.
The Athletic NBA 2026 draft guide says into first, early second round swings that are worth the roster spot. And the note on Richie Saunders at 26 overall is terrific shooter and mover who is tailor-made for a rotation wing if his knee is healthy.
Yeah.
So they've labeled it like, starters, projected starters, developmental, and then guaranteed contracts tier. He is the first player in the same tier as Terrace Reed Jr., Alan Graves from Santa Clara, Emmanuel Sharp from Houston, Alex Caravan from UConn. Those are some of the other players in the same grouping as Richie Saunders.
I've got a comp for Richie, and I want you to say if he is better or worse than this mystery man here. 10.6 points per game, 40.7% career shooter from three-point percentage, 45.9 from field goals. It is Mike Miller, the former marksman in the NBA for multiple years, a lot of teams. A 10 points per game score. Does Richie amass that in his NBA career?
Yeah, I mean...
Is he better than Miller? Maybe a Korver type in later years, maybe?
Yeah, Max Strus, Kevin Herter, like a little bit of Austin Reeves, taller version. Sam Hauser type player. I think a Mike Miller comparison is fair.
Pritchard, one of those type guys. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a fair comp.
All
So
right.
I see what you're doing there.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with that. I think the IQ... the shooting ability, the role, I think he's got a shot to be early tomorrow, if not late tonight. We'll just have to see how the board falls and who's looking for, roll wings on some of those deeper teams that made playoff runs.
All right, let's go to the next one here. Blank is the most underrated prospect in the NBA draft this evening.
Terry, you want to shot at this one first?
Go ahead.
I most underrated. Okay, I'll give you 2.
All right.
I mean, I like Ament from Tennessee. Sorry.
Yeah.
Kind of jumped in there. But.
Yeah, because what do they say? Middle of the first round for Ament right now?
Maybe end of the lottery, middle of the first round. Yeah.
I was going to go with Chris Sinak Jr. from Houston.
Okay, freshman.
6'10", probably worthy of a first-round pick. High upside. He's young.
Super young. I think
Young,
he's
but
only
he can
19.
stretch the three.
Yeah, he didn't play a ton for that Houston team last year. I mean, he was kind of a rotational guy, but he has a ton of talent. He kind of reminds me of that guy from Arizona last year that barely played and got drafted in like the lottery. That kind of reminds me of him.
The other guy, there's two other guys that I really like. Taman Lipsey from Iowa State.
Yeah.
I think he's very underrated for the impact that he could have. And then there's the Big 12 Player of the Year.
Jaden Bradley?
Correct.
Okay.
I feel like he's kind of getting overlooked a little bit right now, but I feel like he's a guy that will make a roster in the NBA and give you everything he's got and have a decent career. I don't know that he'll have a superstar career, but I think for the right price, you could get a long tenured, good, high level player and a good teammate.
All right. My most underrated prospect in the draft probably lies in the realm of the Michigan Wolverines and Yaxel Lendenborg. I think even though he's older, he's getting knocked for that. He's like 23, almost 24 now. But I think the way that guy dominated the college game, he's got an NBA-ready body. He is ready to play from day one in the NBA.
How is he underrated, though? I'm trying to figure out.
He should be a top 5 pick in most drafts, but this is just such a deep draft that he's fallen to the teens.
I don't think he should be top 5.
I mean, Athletic has him as the number.
Over like Caleb Wilson.
I said this is such a deep draft. In other drafts, he would go top 5.
Okay, but not this draft.
Yes,
I know,
that's
but
what I mean.
but here's the thing. He's 9th. The headliners are DeBanza, Boozer, and Peterson. Caleb Wilson, Darius Acuff, Keaton Wagler, Kingston Flemings, Braden Burries, Yaxel Lindenberg, Mikal Brown. That is your top guys. I don't know how he's getting overlooked. He's a versatile two-way guy. You think he in another draft would go top 5?
Last year's draft, he would have gone top 5. The Alex Sarr-Richache draft, he would have gone top 5. Yes, I believe he would be a top 5 player.
That doesn't seem like much of a stretch to me. I'm giving you guys that I feel like are giving overlooked that are second rounders, and you're going to a guy that's ranked in the top 10 in this draft
10.
class.
Not top 10. Okay.
I just said he's number 9 in the
Athletic. I've seen stuff where he's been in the teens.
You're looking at mock drafts.
Yes.
And that brings team and fit into play.
Okay.
Like
I doubt he will be a top 10 pick. And to that reason, I think he's underrated. I think he is worthy of a top 10. In other drafts, he'd be a top 5. I stand by my statement.
Not much of a stretch. Jeez, don't go out on a limb today.
Fiction can be fun, though. It's this draft. It's not other drafts.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're playing in my world right now. So.
Okay. We don't like playing in your world.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one here.
I mean, just to put it in perspective, the guy I picked, Jaden Bradley, little floor general, 45th overall ranking. I feel like that's underrated for the Big 12 Player of the Year. And Paulie goes with number 9.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a surefire lottery pick.
Is he a surefire lottery pick?
100% he will be in the lottery tonight.
We're going to find out. We're going to find
100. There's no way he's slipping past 13.
Okay. We'll see. You sound so assured of that statement.
Yeah,
we'll have to let it play out.
Winning mindset, help win a national championship. He's got all the tools.
He's also 23 or 20, almost 24 now.
Yeah, I know.
So that's going to knock him for a lot of these people drafting all these young pups. So
he's also
he's going to fall.
He's also 6'8" and 3/4, almost 6'9" and 241.
All right.
So I think the body is NBA ready, and he's a versatile two-way guy. I don't think 23 is too old.
No.
Okay, well, we'll see what the teams think tonight. All right, let's go to the next one here. Blank will be a true franchise player in every aspect of the word. On the court, off the court, in the community. This will be a guy you can always be proud he's on your team.
AJ DeBonza.
Yeah.
I mean, Cameron Boozer.
I'd say Boozer,
Boozer,
too.
yeah.
I think it's one of those two. Mm-hmm. Darius Acuff would be 3 for me in that category, probably ahead of Peterson and Wilson, just because of how polished he was, how he scored it at Arkansas, how he led. I mean, I think he could be a franchise point guard for a long time. I like Acuff a lot.
Yeah, all right.
And I mean, those are all guys that are going to go in the top 7.
Right.
That's right. But, most of the time, your true franchise players come in the top 10.
I mean, a future All-Star, I think Caleb Wilson is a future All-Star.
Yeah, he seems like a really good kid that just is going to be infectious with his work ethic, his personality. I would go Caleb Wilson as the true definition of a franchise player. I think he could be a Kevin Garnett on the court. Seems like a great dude off the court. Could be great in the community. So I'm going to go with Caleb Wilson.
Yeah, I think that this is, if you're going plural answer here, I think there's, 10 guys that are future All-Stars. The least.
I just like DeBonza off the court. We talked about how last year he was working at the Burger King and handing out, he's very involved in the community and like his service projects, all of that kind of stuff. So I think, and then obviously he's the number one player.
Yeah.
So on and off the court, he's your franchise
He's
guy.
been groomed for this. He's ready for it. He walks the walk, talks the talk, backs it up. He stays out of trouble, low profile, good kid. I mean, he chose BYU. In today's era of NIL, that is possible. That was not possible 10 years ago.
Right.
That's right.
He would have been in North Carolina or Kansas or wherever else. Fill in the blank.
That's
Duke,
right.
I don't know.
But DeBonza, Boozer, Peterson, Wilson, Acuff, Wagler, Flemings, Burries, Lindenborg, and Mikael Brown Jr. I think all those guys probably are all-stars at some point in their career. And then there's other guys like Nate Mint and Dave Mara that, things go well, they could develop into all-stars in the association.
Yeah, we can only wait and see. Speaking of Mara, blank is the best big man in the draft, not named Cameron Boozer.
Like I said, Mara's a day.
You're going with a Dave Mara.
I'll go with Hans Steinbach.
Yeah.
Nobody watched him but me, but I watched him really closely. I went to the battle in Seattle this year, and I watched Seattle University at Climate Pledge Arena play the University of Washington, and Steinbach impressed me. I mean, he is a high caliber starting center. He's got unbelievable hands. He's 6'10" and a quarter inch, 248. So he's a little shorter than Mara.
I was going to say 7'3".
Yeah, but man, he can crash the glass, and he's a great passer, great shooter from distance. I think Hans Steinbach will be the answer I will go with.
Okay.
The other guy I would consider is Terrace Reed Jr.
That's who I'm going to go with. And, he's kind of a
Is he really a
second
big,
round
though?
guy.
I guess he's 6'9".
6'10". Yeah, 6'10", 260. So he was the key piece in UConn's title run until really the Final Four. He kind of slowed down, but he was a monster, double-double machine, averaged 14.7 and 9. I think that he'll be a later pick, but I think he will be a very serviceable rebounder and defensive player, and he could add the scoring touch as well. He's got some good post moves.
Yeah. As is Mara. He averaged 16.1 points per game.
Nice. Yeah, he's a good player as well. I like all three of our choices there. All right, let's go to the last one I have. The best available player for the Jazz to select tonight is blank. Presuming AJ most likely gone. The current odds on DraftKings Sportsbook to be the number one pick for AJ DeBonza minus 425. So assuming all the other players are on the board except for DeBonza, who is the best player available for the Jazz?
It's Boozer or Peterson, and I like that Carlos played for the Jazz. I like how versatile and skilled he is. I like his offensive mindset. I don't know what his defining role on defense is, but you have Jaren Jackson, Lowry Markkanen, you have Walker Kessler, it looks like possibly. There's a lot of smoke there still after he turned down the contract. So I feel like because of that, I'm going to go Darren Peterson. I think you roll the dice with Peterson. I think, you got a guy here that is elite.
Yeah.
And he could be all NBA, like scoring guard. Strange year at Kansas. You put that aside. You always say go back to his high school days. Look at the stars by his name. I think he's the
but he's
best.
not in high school anymore.
He's the best fit for the Jazz needs. And you take Darren Peterson.
Yeah.
And you don't even hesitate.
Yeah, and I don't think you hesitate even with the agent talk about how the firm represents Keontae and Darren Peterson. You don't care about any of that. You just take the best player available. It's as simple as that.
That stuff sorts itself out.
It sorts
you worry
itself
about
out.
that later.
That's right. You worry about that
You're trying
later.
to win. This
You
is
want
a
to get the best
fan base.
You want to just get the best player. And I think Boozer will be a very good player. I think Peterson has the chance to be an elite player. So you roll the dice, risk-reward proposition, and hopefully you hit. Tara? I know where you stand.
Agree to disagree. I would take Boozer.
Okay. Best available player is Boozer in Tara's mind for the Jazz. All right. That's all I got for fill in the blank.
You know, there's really only 3 answers other than DeBonza for the Jazz. And the other one is a little bit of a long shot, but I do love the upside of Caleb Wilson.
Yeah. I don't think he enters the picture.
Explosive athlete.
Yeah.
I think that he's just on the outside.
He just has more flaws that we didn't see from DeBonza, Boozer, and Peterson.
I think Boozer's a little more polished of a shooter and rebounder than Wilson is. Wilson, the better athlete. He's explosive, but
In another draft, I would love Darius Acuff as a Jazz man, though.
Yeah, I would too.
don't play the other draft game.
Yeah.
I already did that earlier.
Yeah, I just don't. Unless the Jazz trade down. You know, if somebody wants Peterson bad enough and the Jazz are willing to pass him up,
That would be interesting.
Wow. That would be something I haven't even thought about, but could happen. Definitely could happen.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I got to take a break. Draft tonight, 6 o'clock Mountain Time on ESPN. Jazz sitting there at number 2. Gonna be interesting. Gonna be fun tomorrow. Breaking it all down for you here on The Drive. We'll take a break. We're back in a flash. Draft is tonight, ladies and gentlemen. How about them Utah Jazz? Bring them on out. No watch party at the Delta Center. They're getting renovations done before the upcoming NBA season, NHL season. They will be, what mall was that? Down at the South Jordan Mall or Sandy? Southtown Mall in Sandy. They're having a big watch party if you're up in the Sandy area tonight. This is must-watch stuff to see who the Jazz land. I think it's going to be Peterson. If you had to bet $100 who the Jazz end up with tonight, who do you bet it on?
Peterson.
Yeah. It just looks too likely, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is extremely likely at this point, I believe.
Yeah.
Unless they pivot. But I don't
And look,
think
if you would have told Jazz fans last September, October, you're going to end up with Darren Peterson next June, you probably would have took it. You probably would have said, okay, let's go.
DeBond's up to minus 700 for the number one pick. It has moved quite a bit. Peterson, number 2 overall pick, minus 250 for Darren Peterson, plus 330 for Cameron Boozer.
Yep. Looks
like it's set, the top 2.
Yeah, I think it is. I really do. I don't unless, like I said earlier in the show, for those that haven't been with us all show long, unless Danny Ainge gets a call from Ryan Smith last minute.
Yeah.
I changed my mind. Sell the farm.
I just don't see that.
Trade everybody. Get me AJ DeBonza, whatever it takes. And then Danny Ainge gives Washington a deal they can't refute. But they just paid $212 million to Trae Young.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pair Trae Young and a 6'5" Darren Peterson on the court at the same time, though.
A lot of people say, what's it called? Peterson projects as a combo, more of a 2 in the
than
NBA.
a 1, correct. So it's not like you can't pair them.
Yeah.
If you were to predict based on the first round tonight, who will be all rookie after the end of their rookie season?
Yeah.
What 5 guy? I mean, and it's hard to do this without not knowing the fit. Like, does Lindenborg go to a team that he's got to help, or can he go to a team that's already ready to make a push to the play? You know, wins are going to matter.
I haven't seen him at the NBA level, but you've seen what these guys can do. I think this is a good exercise. My point guard on my all-rookie team would be Darius Acuff Jr.
I would agree. He's got to be on everybody's list.
I think he's going to be the point guard on the all-rookie team. Shooting guard, it's easy too. You go Darren Peterson as your 2 as the all-rookie team. Your 3-man is, depending on what AJ plays, 3-4. I guess you could say AJ 3 as your swing man, small forward. Caleb Wilson would be my 4 on my all-rookie team. And then the big man, you need a center. Give me Mara as my all-NBA center. I'm just building my team. I need a big guy, so I need a rebounder. I got a bunch of scoring, so I'll go Mara as my big guy.
Okay. Just a reminder, Stephen Castle, Zach Edey, Zachary Risache, Alex Sarr, and Jalen Wells was your all-NBA rookie first team last year.
Yeah, there's some okay names.
Castle was down the list a little bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, he was the 3rd pick.
Was he the third? So it was Risacher, Sarr, then Castle?
Yes.
Where was Jalen Wells picked? Zach Edey was like 9th or 10th.
Yeah, he is on the Grizz.
Yeah.
Memphis. Yeah.
Yeah, Jalen Wells.
Jalen Wells, okay.
Wasn't he a D2 kid? Like Wazoo. He was the Wazoo kid. Played at Washington State.
Oh, okay.
But I can't remember what pick he was. He averaged 10.4 points per game. Then he had Bub Carrington, Donovan Clingan, Khalil Ware, Matthias Buzels, and Yves Misi as the second all-rookie team. So not all those guys were lottery picks.
No, I think this rookie class.
Ace Bailey was the 5th pick overall, and he didn't make the first or the second team.
Yeah, he was hurt a lot of the year.
So, in the year before, you had the Cooper Flag and the VJ. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some stars. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Did this top 3 project out better than Cooper Flag, VJ Edgecombe, and Dylan Harper?
Not sure. Not sure.
I would
On
take it
paper-
right now and run with it.
on
I think this
paper-
draft is going to be better.
I think so too.
I mean,
Cooper Flagg's great. Who was
Dylan
this?
Harper was so
Harper was great
impressive
in the playoffs.
playoffs.
He was, and VJ had a good year. But I think you've got a chance for 3 perennial all-stars here. I don't know if VJ Edgecombe's going to be a perennial all-star, as is Harper.
Harper, yeah.
So, yeah, I know Cooper Flagg will be. He'll be at the all-star game almost every year, presumably. But those other 2, I don't think so. Whereas this top 3, Boozer might not be a perennial all-star, but I can see Peterson and DeBonza being at the all-star game every year. You know, I think so.
yeah. I wonder if AJ will compete in the dunk contest.
That'd be cool. The dunk contest has lost
Probably
a lot of
not
its
after
flair.
you only gave him a 9 that one time.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gave
but
him
he
a
was-
9.
His confidence is completely ruined.
I would think he would try a little
He
more.
gave him a bunch of crap for giving him the 9 too. He's like, you were the only one that gave me a 9.
Right?
He was coasting.
Yeah, you wanted to
It
see
was
the
an
effort.
exhibition.
Yeah.
I knew he had more in the tank.
So you penalize him just because he's not doing his best dunk for you?
The other kid was way shorter.
Yeah, he gets points for the short king. All right, I gotcha.
I mean, DeBonza, I remember the 93 points he scored in the Big 12 tournament game and 25.5 points per game. Like, okay, that's a lock. That's a lock. It could be as good as number 1 pick as Cooper Flagg by the time their careers are both done. We don't know.
Yeah. Remember, everyone thought
Edgecombe
Zion Williamson was going to
versus
be great.
Castle, to me, is an interesting debate. But you look at Peterson as the number 2 pick potentially this year. Castle was the 3 pick. Edgecombe was great in Philly. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he was
Like,
good.
he is
Really good.
legit. I mean, the top of the draft is so strong. I can see why you would lean this year, but it's closer for me than you might think. But I probably do agree with you at the end of the day.
All right.
I'm more interested in the diamonds in the rough because there's always some guy picked in the late teens or the 20s that surprises and makes, an all rookie team. And I don't know who that is this year. Is it one of the developmental guys that just works their tail off? Is it a guy that we saw on a big stage at a big program, like a Lindenborg who won a national championship, or his teammate Merez Johnson Jr., who's also a versatile front court guy and is great on the glass. How tall is Nate Ahmed? Is he 6'9" or 6'10"?
6'9.5", 210 pounds.
Yeah.
But I think he can get bigger. Like he'll, beef up a little bit.
I saw what happened when Iowa State did not have Joshua Jefferson in the postseason run.
Yeah.
And they were a mess without him.
Fizzled, yeah.
It fizzled.
Yeah.
Broke my bracket.
That's right. Yeah, you had them going deep.
Yeah.
Big believer in the Cyclones.
What about that big kid from St. John's, Zuby?
Yeah, Zuby Ejiofor. He's
Ejiofor?
awesome. Yeah.
Where does he land in this draft?
Zuby. I love Zuby. I don't know where he projects as an NBA player, but he was a hell of a college player.
Yeah. And there's a lot of good college. I thought Emmanuel Sharp had a great college career.
Yeah,
I thought Alan
Houston.
Graves in
Yeah.
Santa Clara had a great college career. Alex Caravan had a
UConn.
he had a winner's role, didn't he?
Yeah, he was really pivotal in them making the Final Four this year. And as he was a great run in their back-to-back titles, he was a part of that too. So,
And where does-
proven winner.
Does he get drafted in the first round tonight?
I don't know.
He's
a great
kind of like a
shooter.
Richie Saunders
Yeah.
type prospect.
He is.
Real
Kind of
similar.
Similar, but a little different in the fact that he can kind of create his shot a little less than Richie. I think Richie can kind of create his shot a little more than Caravan. Caravan more of a catch, shoot, maybe one pump fake and drive, but I like Richie's game a little better than Caravan's.
Yeah. I can't wait. Tonight, draft.
Yes.
6 o'clock.
Excited for it.
And you got some World Cup action before the draft. How does Portugal and Ronaldo look today?
Right?
Yeah.
That'll be very interesting.
Yes.
And then you got Kane trying to keep pace in the Golden Boot race with the big three: Mbappe, Holland, and Messi.
Yes. Harry Kane. I
You
love
gotta
that
believe
guy.
he's going to try to score at least a brace today.
Yes. I got a friend that's a Brit. He loves Harry Kane. He's hoping for a huge day for him.
What is the and they don't have a too tough. They're going to be heavy favorites today.
They're
aren't they?
minus 450.
Yeah. What is the over 2 goals by Harry Kane prop? Juicy.
It is, let's see, plus 550 for Harry Kane to score 2, which one guy has Messi, Mbappe, Holland, and he's just waiting on Kane for like $800,000.
Oh my
Holy
gosh! Wow.
smokes.
Yeah, Fanatics has already offered him a $250,000 cash out off a $50 bet.
Wow.
Good for that guy.
Yeah. Good for
Stick it to
him.
the books. I
Just
like
taking
it.
all the stars.
Yeah, take all the stars. It's kind of that simple. That This whole Messi, Mbappe, Holland hit the first week of World Cup.
Yeah.
And then everyone bet it again, and
And
it
it
hit
hits.
again. Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Bet the stars.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Yeah.
Looks that way. All right, recap the show. We talked a lot of draft. We did some fill in the blank. We talked a lot in the first hour. The Giannis trade to Miami.
Yeah.
Paul likes it a little bit more than I do.
I like that for the Heat.
Yep. I said I felt like the Bucks got a little bit better draft grade on it, and you did not like that.
Yeah, I didn't love that.
But it's like an A to an A minus.
Yeah.
But you didn't like that. We did recap the World Cup games. What else did we do today?
Fill in the blank, draft edition. We talked the College Baseball World Series.
Yep, congrats to the Oklahoma Sooners. They win over North Carolina 13-2 yesterday.
Put it on them.
We'll have David James later this week. Reaction to the Jazz draft. DJ and PK, David, the morning show host up there on the flagship. We also will get John Judkins on the show probably Thursday or Friday. We'll check in with the summer recruiting with Juddy. Obviously, we got that 4-star kid from Texas.
Yeah. Previously committed to UCF.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's a big get.
Got some fun things planned there for you later in the week. That's going to put a bow on the show today.
Yeah.
Shot for the road.
Shot for the road. I'm excited for the draft tonight. I got to say, it's one of the most excited I've been for an NBA, NHL, NFL, anything draft. This is one of the most excited I've been for players being picked in a long time. So I can't wait for tonight.
It's been a very talked about draft class,
It has.
especially in the state of Utah.
I said it earlier. My top 2 favorite teams have the first 2 picks. So I'm going to be intrigued, glued to the tube tonight.
Odds on over under 4.5 trades in the first round tonight.
Over.
Over.
Yeah, they'll be over.
Over.
And NBA loves trading stuff in the first round.
Tara, over under 4.5 trades?
I'd say over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Odds Jazz are involved in a trade in this year's draft.
No,
Very unlikely.
not this year.
You don't think they're. I'm telling you, Ryan Smith could make that call. It wouldn't shock you, would it?
Be a pricey call, I'll tell
Wouldn't
you that.
shock you, though.
It's going to cost a lot, I think, and he doesn't want to pay that.
Yeah, we'll see. Probably not a great.
Ace Bailey, a first-round pick, other things. I don't think it's worth it. Stay pat, draft your man.
Yeah.
The next Jazz man, baby.
Yeah, I think the consensus is we feel like Peterson will be talking about a lot tomorrow morning on the show. Tara does not get excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm cramping.
I know.
I'm cramping in Utah.
Tara's going to
I'm
call
going to
out.
be cramping tomorrow
call
and
out
call
creatine.
Out. Yeah.
Fun show. A lot of fun. You guys have been great. Thanks to our great show sponsors. For Tara, for Paulie, I'm Devin. We'll see you from right back here tomorrow morning from the Finley Hyundai Studios.